I bought a new car last week. Hmm. It sounds like you bought a new car last week. Haven't you already said that? Hi, it's Sandra Mazili here from Inner Action Counselling. Visit www.inneractioncounselling.co.uk. I'm talking about why counsellors, therapists reflect back, why we seem to say things you have literally said. What's that all about? This is the lowdown. So, therapists can reflect back. I like reflecting back. Sometimes we reflect what you have said. Other times we'll reflect back a feeling. So you may have said it, but you may not have, and it may be apparent and might check in that it sounds like you might be feeling confused or in shock or something similar. And you may say that that's absolutely correct, or may correct us that we're bang off course. So one reason for reflecting stuff back is clarification. Have we understood what you've said? You don't want to do an AI where you're saying one thing and the AI is going on and on and on. And then it occurs to you they're talking about something completely different and you've wasted your time. Like, actually, you're on about apples. And I was asking you about the good and bad stuff about oranges, you stupid machine. So therapists are not machines. We can think and feel and react and check that we are correct. Clarification. Another reason is being a kind of mirror for you. It's quite easy to be in the thick of your thoughts, feelings, emotions, behaviors, and sometimes somebody reflecting back what something sounds like can be a helpful resource and give you ideas sometimes, bouncing off like, yeah, I never thought of it like that. So we may parrot it back, or we may reimagine what you've said in a way that sounds a little bit different, even though it's probably the same information, but in a way that you haven't actually thought of. For example, I've talked to quite a few people in helpline scenarios where something horrible has happened, and let's say they have depression and have talked about feeling worse. And I may have reflected back something along the lines of, well, the person's just died. You know, you are allowed to feel sad about it. So another reason for reflection may be to highlight something that is going on for you that you haven't thought of in a certain way, or that you haven't noticed as much. Or you have noticed it, but not in the context that your therapist has framed it in. So a different frame. Reflection can help us notice stuff. So we change the camera lens, let's say it's a certain size, and then in filming, they might use a really tiny lens or a micro lens to focus on something really, really tiny. So clarification can help us do that. You know, we never thought about that small but crucial point. We might also summarize, and that can seem a bit like, well, I have said all this over the last half hour. Why are you literally just repeating that? And it could be a nice little package in case, again, has the therapist got right what you've said? Or it might be that you feel like we haven't actually covered very much. And the therapist might be like, well, we've covered this, 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 and this. It's like, really? We have? So again, a highlighter pen. So a few cool ideas about why we reflect and summarize. Thanks for joining me. If you want more interesting content, comment below, like and subscribe. Take care. Bye for now.